So when Trump said fake news, I don't think people understood, maybe some. He didn't just mean CNN or MSNBC. He meant pretty much all of them, even the alternative, Epoch Times, Glenn Beck. Am I saying that they're wicked? No, what I'm saying though is that even though those agencies, or Breitbart even, seem to align with a lot of Trump's policies, ultimately they will still push the military-industrial complex narrative of what TikTok is. Trump was recently on CNBC Squawk Box, and this is what he had to say about TikTok. Former President Donald Trump said Monday on CNBC's Squawk Box that if TikTok is banned, it will benefit Facebook, which Trump considers Facebook to be an enemy to the people, just like he said the news is an enemy to the people. Co-host Andrew Ross Sorkin said, "It appears that you've now reversed your view on banning TikTok. Why is that?" Trump said, quote, "So I had it done, and then Congress said, well, they ultimately usually fail. You know, they are extremely political." Trump continued, "But as you know, I was at the point where I could have got that done if I wanted to. I sort of said, you guys decide, you make that decision, because it's a tough decision to make. Frankly, there are a lot of people on TikTok that love it. There are a lot of young kids on TikTok who will go crazy without it. There are a lot of users. There's, a lot of good and there's a lot of bad with TikTok. But the things I don't like is that without TikTok, you can make Facebook bigger. And I consider Facebook to be an enemy of the people, along with a lot of media. What Facebook did with lockboxes, with a 500 million Zuckerberg's lockboxes that he put in, I consider it illegal," Trump said. And he went on, Trump said, "They deal in China, Facebook. If China wants anything from them, Facebook will give it. So that's a national security risk also. But when I look at it, I'm not looking to make Facebook double the size. And if you want to ban TikTok, Facebook and others, but mostly Facebook, will be a big beneficiary. And I think Facebook has been very unjust. I think Facebook has been very bad for our country, especially when it comes to elections. So for the people that believe President Trump and trust his judgment, then you might want to stop listening to the Epoch Times, because they clearly want to push another narrative, a narrative I believe is rooted in the military-industrial complex. Now, this is what agencies or what the politicians are saying. They want to divest TikTok. Yeah, so it is not CCP controlled. Let's be clear about that. That's a narrative from the military-industrial complex. It's the same fake news that why Trump told you out the starting gates, fake news. It's trying to tell you you're being lied to. Why people are believing the media about this. Maybe, I guess, because you're hearing the Republicans say it. The Republicans are no better than the Democrats, okay? But they're trying to say, yeah, we don't want to ban it. We want it to divest. Then they might as well ban it. Because if you divest it into being fully American-owned, it will be run by the intelligence agencies, because that's who runs Facebook and all the rest. If the Twitter files didn't make that clear to you, I don't know what would. And Twitter, they shadow ban, but Elon Musk, to his credit, said he would limit reach. So that's still violating free speech, but that's what he said. So the fact of the matter is there's no American social media platform fully owned by America that allows free speech. Not like in a TikTok platform. None. If they divest it, then it serves the military-industrial complex, because the millions of Americans like me on here that are speaking up to the truth, calling out the corporations, calling out the politicians, that's what they don't like. That's why they want it destroyed. Trump knows that. That's why, and Trump, I think, knew this, and it's why he didn't ban it to begin with. Yet Epoch Times does this. The truth about TikTok, FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr. Yeah, I'm just another swamper. Okay, but in this, it's disappointing because there's a lot of good work the Epoch Times does, okay? But again, it's like their strings are, as much as they say, no, our strings aren't controlled by anybody. Well, they're controlled by somebody, and they continually want to act like there's this big force outside China that's coming in here, and it's the CCP. Okay, no, we have our own American CCP here. They just happen to like the China model. We don't need to focus on it being another country that's the danger. It's the people in this country. Yet I like Epoch Times, but they have been a big one on this bandwagon of how dangerous TikTok is. And it's disgraceful. It really is, because it's like, then these people like Breitbart and all of these people should stop talking about free speech, or talking about how you respect our constitutional founding. Don't talk about how you respect it. No, you want to control it. There is only one reason they hate TikTok. It's because we call out the media. We call out your lies. We call out the politicians. We, the people, are doing it. That's what you don't like. And every time they get one of these big shows, it pulls a bunch of Americans in, and it just, it's like, and many of them Trump supporters, and I'm like, do you not understand what Trump meant when he said fake news? He meant fake news. If he wanted to ban it, if he saw it as such a danger, Trump would have banned it. He didn't do it. He didn't ban it. And he sees CCP being controlled by Facebook more than anything, which makes total sense. It's the reason why I could not, years ago, I couldn't stay on Facebook. I've said before, I had this bad feeling on there about myself. I don't know what they were doing with their algorithms, and this was when, they first got going, I would say within the first few years. It's just a toxic platform that bans speech left and right. But but for whatever reason, because TikTok is not completely American owned, it prevents it from being controlled, like the intelligence control speech in this country. So that's the benefit to TikTok. So I don't want to hear how Epoch Times or Breitbart or Glenn Beck or any of these people care about the Bill of Rights or our Constitution when you don't even want to be truthful about TikTok. You're just trying to help the very people that want to silence others. So it makes you all look like hypocrites. And yeah, here from Dingle, TikTok showed they control people by flooding us with calls, and it's a threat, and Biden using it is complicated. So that's what we, the people, are supposed to do. So because of TikTok, a lot of people have flooded their representatives or congressmen and women with phone calls when they disagree with a certain bill coming up on the floor. And so this kind of argument shows you how they don't want that. They don't want to be getting phone calls anymore, even though that's what our job is to do, is to call and say, no, your constituents don't support this or that or whatever it is. But they don't want that anymore, which is why they see TikTok as the problem. See, TikTok is exposing all the media, even the media that makes you want to think they're not considered the mainstream media. You see what I'm saying? Like you see Fox do this and others do this, Glenn Beck. Like, no, we're outside the regular media. No, not really, because if you're still carrying on about how TikTok is a threat and you've gone off of TikTok because of the dangers, yet you don't say that about Facebook. You don't see how Facebook is far more of a danger. You don't see how it's a far more of a danger that our intelligence agencies are controlling free speech. And you can't speak truth about TikTok, well, then you're not a patriot. You're not somebody that stands for the Constitution, and you belong in the fake news media pile with the rest of them. So while they all go around talking about how a danger TikTok is, just remember, Trump said Facebook's the enemy to the people, not TikTok.